Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland, New York, New Jersey,
Indianapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan,
Massachusetts,
Georgia, Canada,
our home resort is
Animal Kingdom,
Polynesian,
Bay Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk,
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge,
Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian,
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to
and you're listening
You're listening to My DVC Points.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the DVC Newscast. This is episode number 118, and today I have with me Sue. How are you doing, Sue?
Doing great, Pete. How are you?
Good, good. We're recording on a Saturday afternoon, which is unusual for us. We tried to go on Thursday night, but Sue had a bit of a Wi-Fi outage. It was a bit of a storm, I guess, down there.
Yeah, we've been getting some afternoon thunderstorms, but this one, the thunder was so loud, it just shook my French doors on the patio and scared the living daylights out of me, to be honest with you.
So we wanted to get this in. There's only a few news stories this week, but we thought there was enough to talk about. But before we get into that, let's thank our sponsor, which is this week, the DVC resale market. So now if you are looking for a contract for a DVC contract on the resale market, DVC resale market is the place to go. Now they have the largest selection of contracts out there. They have lots of great people that'll help you. In fact, Sue is one of the many sales associates. You can reach out to Sue if you're interested, or you can just go directly to their website and look and browse the contracts they have available and make contact right there as well. So in addition, if you are looking to sell your contract, that's also a place you can go as well. They're pretty much the largest DVC resale market that's available, and they'll really work hard for you. That's for sure.
And Pete, just to throw this in, right now we're running a new campaign. It's called Red Hot Deals. And this is a campaign that you're going to find some fantastic bargains right now between now and August 31st. And it's sellers who have decided to lower their asking price by 10%. And there's no haggle on it. So the price is the price, the terms are the terms. But boy, are you going to save some money and get some really great deals.
Yeah. And remember, Disney has not done a ROFR since January. Since January. This is like unprecedented.
Yeah.
So with these great prices, there's also a really good chance that you're gonna get the contract. You don't have to worry about being bought back by Disney, and it's gonna go through. So now's a great time to look. So take a look over there. As I said, if there's something specific you want, shoot Sue an email. You got an email address, Sue, you want to give out?
Yep. It's sue@dvcresalemarket.com.
There you go.
And you can contact any of us. And as you said, the website is a great help as well.
Yeah. And they got a lot of information about DVC. If you're new to DVC, there's some DVC 101 information there as well. So check that out. And with that, we're going to dive into the news. Not a huge amount of news this week, but we got three little things that we figured we'd talk about. And so we're going to lead it off with some announcements from Disney about the Disney100 celebration in Walt Disney World.
Okay. And starting off with that, Epcot is going to become the center of the Disney's 100th celebration, and that starts September 22nd. So get ready for platinum. And that's the key word, is going to be platinum, because everything's going to be platinum. Mickey and Minnie will be dressed in platinum outfits, and platinum Mickey statue is going to be available for photo ops over at Epcot. There will be a mural featuring over 100 characters in World Celebration. So that's going to be a great spot too to capture some photos. But the Mickey and Minnie in platinum outfits is actually going to be at a meet and greet in the Imagination Pavilion. And there'll be a unique lighting show on Spaceship Earth and a purple popcorn bucket. So I'm sure that's going to be very, very exciting. And we're going to start seeing long lines the first day it goes on. There's no mention in the article on the opening of Journey into Water, the new nighttime show, Dreamer's Point, the Figment Meet and Greet, and more, though Disney is still saying these will be open before the end of the year, but they have not led into any specific dates. So get ready for platinum, purple popcorn button, and know that the Journey into Water and the meet and greet with the Dreamer, In Figment, there's going to be a whole bunch of new things coming your way.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It makes me think they're not going to be ready with a lot of that new stuff by September 22nd, but they were probably kind of like pushed by corporate to say, hey, this is when the celebration started.
Yeah.
So, quite honestly, this is not an impressive list of items. Nice little bonuses and things like that. In fact, Chris just posted up here, Disney100 makes you feel better about the 50th anniversary.
I like that, Chris.
Yeah, for sure. But, hopefully by September 22nd, we'll get announcements about these other things. I know there continues to be work in World Showcase Lagoon. I'm feeling like we probably won't get a nighttime show before the end of the year, other than the Epcot Forever that we have right now. But they are saying the World Celebration is going to be open before the end of the year. The Moana Journey into Water is going to be open before the end of the year. So hopefully we'll see all those things and start getting announcements over the next month or two for when those are going to open. They are doing cast member previews starting really soon, right? If they haven't already started for Journey into Water. I know they're starting before the end of July. So I've not asked my daughter if she's able to get into that. I don't know. She's working at Animal Kingdom under the college program, but I don't know if don't know if it's only Epcot cast members or is it anyone that can sign up for those type of things.
No, typically they'll allow it definitely for the Epcot cast members, but typically Disney opens it up to all cast members. And again, so that they can talk it up so they know what it's about and can experience it. So I would expect that your daughter should be able to get a chance to go. I'm kind of looking at this as they're going to have food and wine going on at the same time.
Right.
So it's going to be pretty busy, but having all of this over at Epcot, which is a bigger park, it holds more people in a more comfortable space, so to speak. So maybe it'll draw some people away from Magic Kingdom and improve the experience over there.
That park has been under construction for a long time now. Yeah. So when those, and the walls are already starting to come down, we can say that. But when those walls come down, it should be really a good experience in that park. Back to normal, so to speak.
Yeah.
Really looking forward to that. I'm crossing my fingers. We're going in early November. So I'm crossing my fingers that those things will all be open by then. Our other trip is in early September. So obviously we don't get to see the platinum stuff for that trip. But by November, this will all be open. So we'll get a chance to see it.
When in September are you going?
So we're coming September 2nd to the 9th. So right for Labor Day and the week after. So we got someone saying hi. Hello,
hi there.
Facebook user.
Thanks for listening.
And then we also have, this is an interesting bit of news, and it makes me wonder exactly what's going on here. Extended hours are added to Hollywood Studios in September and October. So normally, if you're staying deluxe, which includes DVC, there is extended hours at Epcot on Mondays and Magic Kingdom on Wednesdays, and 2 hours extra that pretty much all the attractions stay open for. As someone staying DVC or again staying deluxe, you can attend these, and they're really awesome because much more so than the morning crowds, which of course is only a half hour. It's very limited in number, and so we've done it a couple times, and you really get an opportunity, even though it's only 2 hours, you really get an opportunity to hit some rides. At Epcot, you can almost get all the headliners in that 2 hours. Magic Kingdom, it's a little harder, but you can still hit 6-7 rides in that time. So it's pretty good. Disney just announced that in October and also September 30th, Hollywood Studios is going to have extended hours. Now the dates are September 30th and then October 5th, 11th, 19th, and 25th. The last time they did this at Hollywood Studios, and the only time they did this at Hollywood Studios, was in December 2022. I think they had 3 or 4 dates or something like that at the end of December, and before Christmas, I think it was. At this time, it's not really known if these will be additional to the extended hours at Magic Kingdom and Epcot, or if it's going to replace one of those. 2 of the dates actually are on Wednesdays, which is traditionally the night of the Magic Kingdom extended hours. I'm not sure if it's because of how many nights they're thinking, because they have so many nights that they're doing the Halloween party
Right.
at Magic Kingdom, that instead of having another night where they have to have the park open later, they're going to switch it to Hollywood Studios instead. That would be my guess.
Yeah.
So that instead of Magic Kingdom, it's going to be Hollywood Studios. The other thing to note on this is they listed the rides. They listed every ride in the park except Rise of the Resistance. It's a good possibility that if you attend this, you will not get a chance to ride Rise of the Resistance, but you'll still get a chance at everything else in the park, which again,
Right.
for a 2-hour window, you can probably hit 4 or 5 rides in there where the lines are shorter. If you time things right and you get in that last line right about at the 2-hour mark, you can get a lot of stuff done. So what do you think about this, Sue? Do you think it's nice?
Yeah, I do. I love the extended hours, and I'll stay on property just to do the extended hours because there's so much that you can accomplish during that period of time, especially in the last hour. By the last hour, a lot of people, especially with little kids, they're going to go back to their resorts. They're tired. I've been at the Magic Kingdom and I've hit quite a few rides at that time of night. So I'm looking forward to this over at Hollywood Studios. And I think it's a good move because, to your point, having more time with the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, more opportunities for that, and closing the park down early to accommodate that, you really need to give the guests who are here something that they don't have to pay for. And so if they're staying in these resorts, DVC or a deluxe resort, give them the opportunity to go over to Hollywood Studios. That's where the other rides are that are fairly new and people want to see.
Yep. Yeah. And as I said, the only thing that's weird to me is, like, I think 2 of the nights are Wednesday, 2 of the nights are Thursday. And then one of the nights, I think the first night, the 30th, is a Saturday or something like that. Pretty sure. Maybe it's not a Saturday, maybe it's a Friday. But it's just surprising that it's not all the same night. That's the only thing I was a little surprised by. I'm guessing it's going to replace the Magic Kingdom one, but we'll have to wait and see on that. I'm sort of rooting for it to go a little longer because, again, I'm going to be there early November. Admittedly, we're also doing Jollywood Nights is going to be starting when we're there. Maybe that's the reason they only announced it through October, but park hours are not up yet for October. So this was a little bit of a, preliminary announcement. We'll see what happens with which parks end up actually getting it. Yeah. So here's a Facebook user came back, and you can, if you share your Facebook with StreamYard, it'll actually pop your name up. So if you want to, so if you don't want it to just say Facebook user, that's fine. You can do that. But anyways, I totally agree with Sue that the extended evening hours for deluxe resorts is fantastic. I remember when the evening extra magic hours used to be for 3 hours till 2 or 3 a.m. Yeah.
That was great.
That was awesome. Wasn't it? When the park you could go to Magic Kingdom and the park closed at 11 and you'd be able to close that park at 2 a.m. That was so much fun.
And walk down Main Street and be able to take a picture of an empty Main Street with all the lights on. That was, I'd stay until 3:00 in the morning just to do that. Just
to be in that empty park. It was very, very, very cool. You don't quite get that with these because usually the park closes at 9 and these I guess the Magic Kingdom one can go to midnight, right? Sometimes it'll go to midnight, but it doesn't seem like they have the late hours as they used to. Chris Ashley says, I wish they would have extended Hollywood studio hours year round, like with Magic Kingdom and Epcot. Yeah, it would be nice if they did all 3. I feel like they're probably never going to get to that point. They're going to do all 3 at the same time. But yeah, it would be nice if they did it for all 3. I have no expectation that they would ever do it at Animal Kingdom, but because even back when they had the full extra magic hours, they didn't have nighttime hours at Animal Kingdom. So I don't think that'll ever come back. But yeah, wouldn't it be nice if we did all 3 of the other parks? That would be cool.
That would be very nice.
So
who knows, Chris, maybe it's a suggestion that they'll take to heart.
Yep. And then our last article is about a new restaurant coming to Disney Springs.
Yes, it's called EET, and it's an Indian restaurant coming to Disney Springs. Disney announced this new restaurant, and they're excited to share that Minnie Chauhan, which some of you may have seen on the Food Network, She's got a lot of her own restaurants. She's an acclaimed James Beard award-winning chef and Food Network star. She and Vivek Diora, international hospitality entrepreneur, are going to bring their famed Indian cuisine to Disney Springs with the opening of EET later on this year. And one thing I love to cook, so I always watch the Food Channel. And I love the way that she uses spices in her food. They're not too hot, but you get just a little bit of kick on the back of your palate. I can't wait to try her restaurant. Her food has been acclaimed. She's won a lot of competitions with her food. And so this is going to be kind of a neat restaurant addition to Disney Springs when you look that we have Southern cooking, we have Asian, we have Mexican and Colombian, and a whole slew of others. So the Indian market was one that we missed, and now it's going to be filled.
Yeah, there really is, other than really Sanaa, that's the only real Indian option at Disney World.
Right.
And I do love Sanaa, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We actually saw her, I'm sure you remember, Sue, back before COVID. Food and Wine was more than just food booths. They would have chef demonstrations and things like that. And my wife and I actually went one of the times, and she was doing one of those chef demonstrations. They were like $12 or something like that. And the chef would show how to prepare whatever dish was on the menu, and or whatever dish they were displaying. And then you actually got like a small taste of that dish. And it was pretty cool. As you say, she uses a lot of different flavors. And even though she's Indian, she really is more like world cuisine, and using those different flavors from India and from around the world to give unique flavors and everything like that. I'm looking forward to this too. It's definitely one that I will check out. Now, I wonder where it's going, because, it's saying that it's going to be open before the end of the year. So that means it's not like a new build. It's got to be going into like an existing
build
location, right? So I can't think of what has closed recently that would accommodate it.
That's a good thought. I haven't either. I think I have to get myself over to Disney Springs, walk around and check it out.
Yeah, because clearly it's not, they're not going.
Does anybody out there?
Yeah.
Right. Does anybody out there? Have you been to Disney Springs lately?
Yeah. Any listeners, even if you're not listening to this live, send us a email, mydvcpoints@gmail.com, if you have an idea where this might be going, because in the announcement, they did not announce that. They just said it's coming to Disney Springs. I can't think of anything that's closed in like the last year that would be available. So I'm just not sure, but we'll find out. It's definitely the first stay we go in which it's open, whether that's November or next year or whatever. I'm definitely gonna get a reservation there, because I've always wanted to go to her restaurants, but she's in like, I want to say she's in like Tennessee, Kentucky area, something like that.
Yep.
And so all her restaurants are in that area. So I don't really go there.
Right. But no, I'm looking forward to it too. I want to try it out. Just watching her and her technique, it really excites me. She's all about having fresh foods and kind of farm to table as well. So this ought to be great. And I'm sure that it's going to be hard to get a reservation for the first few weeks.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully we can jump on it on the 60-day mark or so.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So with that, that's all the news that we have. Yeah. So Sue, you got anything exciting? Any trips to the park planned? I know you live right nearby, but
not at this point. It's just so hot.
So hot.
I mean,
for sure.
With the heat index today was like 111. So it gets really, really hot. And the only time I would go is at nighttime. And lately I just haven't gotten out there, but I do have it on my list to get out there within the next couple of weeks, because I feel a disconnect, and I have to connect to the magic every once in a while.
You gotta go every once in a while. Yeah, for sure. Well, as I said, we're going to be down for Labor Day, September 2nd to the 9th. Normally, I'm with you. That's not my time of year for going to Disney. But with our daughter working at the college program, My wife was just down there this past weekend and had a really good time. Again, the heat was bad, but
Yeah.
my daughter was able to take a couple days off. And so they spent that together. So it was really nice. Chris says all this talk has me ready for food and wine. Yeah, that's the one thing I'm looking forward to. And
Yeah.
September is usually we don't get to food and wine until November. So we're going to get a little bit of a jump on food and wine. Same as Sue. We're definitely going to probably like wait till the evening
Yeah.
to go to Epcot and walk around. But we'll definitely do that. Oh, look, Caleb just jumped in. If you're talking about eat, there is space where Wolfgang Puck Express. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I didn't
You're
think
right.
about that. Do they have room for a sit-down restaurant there, though? I guess they would,
There
right?
is, yeah, there is space there.
Yeah. So maybe that's where it's going to go then. Yeah.
Could be. I wonder if they're also going to do takeout.
I suppose they could, for sure. I was under the impression it was definitely going to be like a table service type restaurant. So, but yeah, that was a pretty decent sized location. I would think they could still do that there. So maybe
Thanks,
that's it.
Caleb.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. But yes, I am looking forward to the food and wine. A lot of times I'll go at 11 o'clock in the morning, right when it opens up.
Oh,
because it's not crowded at that time.
Right.
The locals haven't gotten off of work yet to come in there. The conventioners are still in their convention at that time. And it's not too bad, but I have to go over and get my pork belly and black beans. I love those black beans in Brazil.
Do you get the cheese bread there too?
Oh, yeah.
It's really good. Yeah.
It is so good. But there's a couple of kiosks that if they don't have the food that they normally serve, I get disappointed. They're like standbys.
I'm the one that like they announce the menus and I'm immediately on the website looking through all the menus going, oh, I like that. Oh, that's new.
Yeah.
Because we go every year and there's always one of the things I love about it is there's always a lot of old favorites, but there's also always something new. They seem to like, they seem to change 25 to 30% every year. I know they got like 4 new food booths opening this year that are different from before. It's always a good thing. I was really excited. They had announced at one of the booths near not the Canadian booth, but I forget the name of it. But anyways, the one where they always have the poutine, they were going to have beaver tails. And I was like, oh, they haven't had beaver tails down there in years. But then they pulled that off the menu just recently. So,
oh no.
I don't know, but we can go up to Toronto and get beaver tails if we need to.
Right.
It would be nice to get them at Disney.
Well, there's one thing that I do miss that they had for a couple of years and then they did away with it. And it was a drink over in Japan and it was the Singapore Sling.
Okay.
And all you needed was one of those. If you drank 2, you could probably be sitting on a bench because it's mostly, it's all alcohol, different types of alcohol. But it was a really good drink for Disney. And they did away with it.
Maybe it was too strong.
Yeah, I think it could have been, and there could have been some very, not necessarily unruly, but inebriated people.
Yeah.
So,
you get that anyways, I think. All right. Well, all this talk of food, I'm getting ready for dinner, I think.
Me too.
All right.
Thanks everybody for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for following along. And, if you did miss this live, we will also be posting it on all the different podcast networks on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, wherever you can find your podcasts. You can find these episodes coming up. So, you don't have to catch us live, or you can always follow along there. We're also on the YouTube channel as well, if you like to watch it after the fact. And I do want to say thank you to our sponsors from World of Disney, the Disney Resale Market, DVC Rental Store, and Monera Financial for sponsoring all the programs on the My DVC Points Network. And with that, I think we're going to say bye, everybody, and we'll see you real soon.
See you real soon. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, please watch your head and step as you exit, and take small children by the hand.
Aw, chill up, Dad. You know we'll come back. With DVC.
My DVC Points is an unofficial Disney-inspired podcast created by fans of Disney Vacation Club. The thoughts expressed in this podcast are personal opinions and personal experiences. My DVC Points is not affiliated with Disney Vacation Club, the Walt Disney Companies, or any subsidiaries. We encourage listeners to contact their DVC guide or member services for official DVC policies.